Hey everybody, Tony D and little Joan here with your Piney podcast. I know it's been a while, and now things are happening again. And why are things happening again? Because we are ruled by the governor tyrant Phil Murphy of Goldman Sachs with 3 mansions. Governor tyrant Phil Murphy has announced Monday as part of a series of new restrictions in response to rising beer virus cases in the state. Bars and restaurants must close indoor dining by 10 p.m. Because, as we all know, viruses get much worse at 10 p.m. It's a scientific fact. I mean, Murphy's following the science, right? So that must be true. I mean, it couldn't just be an arbitrary time designed to look like he's doing something. It couldn't be that he hasn't read the science that ultraviolet light combined with a high temperature kills the viruses on surfaces. So that makes no sense, since clearly sundown is much earlier than 10 p.m., right? I mean, he's science-based. He's practically a scientist. I mean, he's bald. He's an idiot. He's closing down not only the bars and restaurants. Indoor youth sports are being scaled back. You know, the people who are most immune to the disease, kids, healthy kids playing sports. Yeah, those people, that group, the group that is almost immune to the virus, yeah, he's putting restrictions on them. What you'll notice is there's no restrictions or pronouncements about the old people in nursing homes that need his help. None. Because Phil Murphy wants to get credit for doing something. Phil Murphy wants to get reelected as Tyrant Phil Murphy, governor of New Jersey. So he can say when he ran, well, we did the lockdown. Yeah, but a bunch of people died. Yeah, but more people would have died if we hadn't done the lockdown. A fact that he can't prove. Phil Murphy is destroying this state. He's destroying the economy. He does not deserve your support. Calling it now. We have to get Phil Murphy out of office. Where are the Republicans in this state to try to get a recall going? Get a recall going. Something, a petition. I'm going to do a petition right now. I'm going to write a petition to recall Phil Murphy. I'll put the link in the description. 5 of you will sign it, but it'll be something. At least I'm doing something. Phil Murphy is going to destroy the economy. We have to open up again. Can't be locking down. It makes no sense. Yes, the cases are going up. The death rate stayed relatively the same, which means we have thousands of cases and still about 10 deaths a day. What does that tell you? A smaller percentage of people who get the virus are dying. The virus itself viruses tend to get weaker as they spread, unless they mutate. There's no evidence of a mutation. Not in this country. There is evidence in another country there may have been a mutation. In which case, the virus vaccine they just announced, I don't know, that could be completely useless. And they just announced the vaccine today. So on the same day, they announce a vaccine, which they claim is 90% effective. Oh, that's when we're locking down? We already have treatments for this. We already have a vaccine now. We're going to lock down? What the hell, man? No one's going to have any money left. No one's going to have a house or a business or a job. How's that going to affect the state as people commit suicide or starve or get so stressed out they have a heart attack because they lose everything, Phil? Oh, but you don't care. You don't care because people at Goldman Sachs are making money. Stock market's still chugging along. So you people will be all fine. Worst case scenario, you could just go to one of your many mansions across the world. Maybe Biden will make you ambassador to another European country where you could learn how to F up the government. There's a mulch fire in South Jersey, in Acco. That's a place to buy mulch. I've probably been to that mulch place. It's weird that it happened today, but it happens. Sometimes mulch actually catches fire on its own, which is a weird thing. I'm not exactly sure how that happens, but I know of someone whose house actually burned down because of a mulch fire. They had gotten new mulch as landscapers came in, and sometimes the mulch just, I guess because of its decomposing nature, it burst into flame and the house burned to the ground. Like, burned to the ground. Didn't just catch on fire. It, like, burned all the way to the ground. Because the mulch was all the way around the house. So I guess that's a thing. So fortunately, this was just at a big mulch place. A place on Acco. I think I know where that is. 2 very large mulch piles were on fire at a landscaping company. Yeah, I'm almost sure I know where that is, because they have piles of other stuff they sell too, like stone and whatnot. So yeah, beware of the mulch. New Jersey physician charged in $24 million billing fraud scheme, which is very interesting to me, because it's so much money. It's a lot of money, man. I mean, you'd think after you'd steal like, you steal like $2 or $3 million, you're good, right? You're set for life. $2 or $3 million. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for. But man, $24.6 million. I mean, that's a lot of money to steal. Somebody's going to notice that much money missing. You would think. Dr. Entebbe, who owned and operated a pain management clinic chain with locations throughout South Jersey, faced 1 count of healthcare fraud, 1 count of wire fraud, and 1 count of mail fraud. Seems like a low amount of counts for such a large amount of money, but between approximately 2014 and 2020, Dr. Entebbe allegedly engaged in various forms of billing fraud, including billing Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurers for services purportedly provided at times when travel records showed he was overseas or out of state. Oh, man. Brass ones this guy's got. Accused of billing insurers for more than 24 hours worth of services in one day. Jeez, man, you're just greedy. You're just very, very greedy. Dr. Entebbe has a virtual court appearance scheduled for November 9th. Wow, he doesn't even get to go to court. The healthcare fraud charge he faces carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Ouch. As well as $250,000 fine or twice the gross gain or loss from the offense. Seems like a wildly varying kind of fine, doesn't it? So either $250,000 fine, which he could pretty much pull out of his pocket, or a $49.2 million fine, which would just wreck him. The remaining counts each carry a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine, or twice the gross or loss from the offense. Okay, so $96 million and like 50 years in prison. Wow. Okay, that sounds appropriate. I mean, it's a lot of money to steal. It's a lot to steal. Who gets the money, though? That's what I would like to know. Twice the gross gain. Wow. Who would get that money? Obviously, it doesn't have it, right? I mean, he'd have 24.6 million, which I guess he probably put in the stocks and whatnot. So maybe he has a little more, but probably not that much more. Maybe he has like $30 million by now, but then of course he's spending it too. You know, he spends a lot of time overseas. I mean, I would. Should have stayed overseas, dude. Jeez, that's a lot of money. Meteor Streaks through New Jersey Sunday night. Even the aliens are indicating that Trump won the election. No, I'm just kidding. A blazing ball of light streaked across the northeast sky Sunday night, sparking curiosity amongst the Garden State. So around 7:22 on Sunday. Oh man, wish I had known. I would have went outside. I was a little further south, looking at that map. That's pretty cool. It just whizzed across the sky, didn't land. Interesting. A piece that fell off was brighter and bigger than anything you've ever seen. If you hold your hand up at arm's length, it was the size of my pinky finger down. Oh, here we go. Maybe we got a video of it right here. Oh, there it is. Cool. Oh, yeah. Nice. South Jersey Regional Animal Shelter. Catalytic converters preparing for winters. This seems to be an angry missive from somebody who works at the animal center about somebody sawing off their catalytic converters from the shelter van. Jeez. It's so nice to spend hundreds of dollars replacing stolen auto parts rather than helping animals that the money could have provided for. Oh, that's passive aggressive. Well, maybe somebody could help out there. I don't know. But you probably already fixed the van. Here are some of the animals. A lot of pit bulls. Some kitties. Those people are, they're in ads in between. So, let's see. What animal shelter is this? This is South Jersey Regional Animal Shelter again. Yeah, and Violent. It's from the Violent. That's a nice, it's like a part husky. I think that's part husky. So check out the South Jersey Regional Animal Shelter and donate some money, get an animal, or get them a catalytic converter stat. And finally, huge great white shark spotted off the coast of New Jersey. It looks like they caught him. Did they catch him? Is this a picture of what them catching them? The parade of great white sharks off the New Jersey coast shows no sign of abating. One of the largest tagged beasts pinged off the coast is pretty far off, according to Osearch. Nakumi, a huge 17-foot, 2-inch female, weighs over 3,500 pounds, swam down from Canada waters over the past week. Cool. That sounds cool. Also scary. Scary that the great white is out there. And is that big. I mean, 3,500 pounds. My God. That's a big shark. I'm not one of those people that ever wants to be in that cage. You know? It seems like foolish. It seems like all you're doing is antagonizing the beast, who clearly just wants to eat nonstop until it dies. So no, I don't want to be in the water with it at any time. I certainly don't want to be in the cage. I don't even think the cage is enough protection. And if I was in the cage, I'd want probably a bunch of guns that could kill it. Something. Armor. A big gun. Like a gun that works underwater that would just blow a hole in the shark. And I'd probably end up killing the damn thing if it got near me, because I'd be freaked the F out. But they are magnificent beasts, you have to admit. Now that's it for the Piney podcast. And from the oppressive New Jersey, South New Jersey, where we now live in yet another lockdown nightmare, thanks to Phil Murphy. But Joan and I will survive. We will continue to survive until the day comes that Phil Murphy leaves office and this beer virus nightmare is finally gone.